Hi, it's Titi here for My Sacred Blood, and today I'll be doing a little bit more oil blending. We're going to be making a balm, and I call this one My Sacred Balm because of the ingredients that we're going to use and because of what it's going to be used for. Now, depending on where you are in your cycle, this can either be used as an anti-aging remedy if you're well into menopause. I'm making this one for my mother who is well into her menopause stage, and she'll be using it for her skin. We'll be working with frankincense, myrrh. The carrier oil that is blended with is jojoba. So it is 100% pure essential oil, but it's already been diluted. And then for our top or our middle note, we're going to be working with lavender. And we're going to put it in with some shea butter, and this is unrefined organic shea butter. And then I'm going to be adding with it some coconut oil. It's a little better. Nativa is my favorite coconut oil. Whenever I can get it, I will, if it's within my budget. If not, I'll just pick up whatever coconut oil I can find. And so first things first, when you're making a balm, is you want to melt the thicker ingredient. So if you're working with shea butter, which we are here today, we're going to be melting just a little bit of it. See, it's very hard. So what we want to do is soften it up a little before we add our oils. Right now we have just a little under half a cup, about 100 milliliters of the shea butter, and then about 50 milliliters, or just a little under a quarter cup of coconut oil. We'll probably take a little bit out and make it about 40 milliliters. At the very most, your coconut oil should be half the amount of shea butter. And the reason you want to measure it out that way is because once we're done adding the oils, we're going to be putting them in the fridge, or putting the finished product in the fridge to harden. And when you have more butter than you do oil, then the final product tends to stay hard. If you put the same amount of oil, or just a little bit more coconut oil, carrier oil, than you do the butter, then it will tend to melt once it's removed from the fridge. So you can use more coconut oil if you choose, or if you can use more oil than butter if you choose, but you'll have to keep the finished product in the fridge in order to keep it in a hardened state. So the oil that I was making earlier now, I sent with my sister to give to my mom. It had to go. So King and I, we're going to be making our own little batch, and we're adding to that bergamot. We're going to put this on the stove, and we're going to melt it under medium heat, and then King is going to be joining us to add the oils. Now, I'm not sure how the science works, but I have been told that the microwave changes the molecular structure of the oils, depending on, well, of any oil. Heating anything will change its structure, but it's molecular makeup, I would assume, but I'm not a scientist. You don't want to microwave it. You do want to do this over the stove. Now it's in liquid form, and we've waited until the oil cooled down because we're working with plastic bottles here, and because of that, we don't want to get, we don't want it to melt or get disformed or anything. So we're just gonna stick the oil in it now because the oil has cooled. And now that it's liquid, it's going to be easier to work with. Do you want to pour this in the container? You think you can? In the jar? I will hold this for you. Go ahead and pour.
It smells good.
It smells good already. See how much of that we can get in there. Okay, so we're going to just start with about this much to begin with. It is a lot more than it seems. Okay, well, probably can't see it from there, but okay. So first we're going to start with the frankincense and the myrrh. Come stand over here with me, babe. Okay, so like I was telling you before, me and King were talking about the base oils, right? What are our base oils?
The middle notes and the top notes?
Yes. And our base oils are going to be which ones? Which two? Do you remember which one I said?
No, coconut oil and shea butter?
Well, those are those are your base. They're type of a base. Those are your carrier oils.
Oh.
Okay, but these are your essential oils, and so we're gonna put these in. So which one do you want to pick first?
Myrrh.
Myrrh first.
Yeah,
Okay,
myrrh.
so King is gonna drop some myrrh in here.
How much?
You're gonna go to 20 drops,
Ooh.
and we're doing 20 because it is 10%, right? Essential oil is not 100% pure essential oil. It has already been diluted in the jojoba oil, so we're just adding a little bit more here. So this is kind of a coconut oil, shea butter, jojoba oil mix. That's why it was coming. It was becoming so liquidy, the last one that we made. But let's go dump that in. Put it all the way upside down. Turn it all the way upside down and start counting.
What the heck?
1, 2. Okay, I'm gonna let go. 3. Keep going. 4, 5.
9.
Oh gosh, you're getting tired already.
11. 12.
19, 20. Okay, stop.
I think I made a mistake. It's
It's
21.
okay. Give that you're gonna give that a sniff. Smell that?
It's good.
Give that a sniff.
You smell it.
Let me sniff. It's already smelling like perfume.
Yeah, it is.
We should make some perfume.
Perfume.
This one is the frankincense, and we're gonna drop just the same. And we're gonna put about 15 drops of that.
15?
It's gonna take it. Let's try 15 first. 10. We'll try 10 first, and then we'll smell. Okay, go ahead.
What the heck?
Hang on, wait for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Okay.
It drops slower, so frankincense is more thick.
No, the one that drops slower is the thicker one.
Oh.
Because it's thick, it can't go through the little hole. Oh goodness, that smells good though. The frankincense smells so beautiful. Here, come smell it. You smelled the myrrh first. So what do you think? How do you like the frankincense?
Oh, it's
Isn't it beautiful? Okay, so next we got our
That smells weird.
lavender. Come.
Lavender. How
So
much?
now you gotta watch out because this one drips a little faster. Okay.
Oh, okay. How much?
It's a volatile oil.
10?
We're gonna go 10. Go ahead. 1, 2.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good, good,
Oh
good.
my god.
Okay.
The timing on that was amazing.
Smell that.
Mmm.
Okay, you smell that. Do you want to put any more lavender, or do you want to leave it at that?
How
What do you
about
think?
like 2 drops?
2 drops? Okay, go ahead. 1,
2.
2, 3.
13 drops.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay, and finally the bergamot.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's open this. Yeah, these oils are super easy to open.
Well, so you wouldn't open them on your own though, right? Would you use these oils on your own?
Yeah,
Without me being there to supervise?
I can do it.
What would you make, King? You can't make anything.
I'll
Don't.
make the king potion.
Okay, don't let the kids anywhere near the oil to make any kind of potion whatsoever.
Why?
Unless you're in the room to supervise, please.
Why?
Because these oils are not, they're not toys. It's not like water. It can be dangerous if you have too much of it.
It can burn?
Quite possibly, depending on what you do with it. Okay, so you don't use the oil without me in the room.
13 again, right?
We're going to start with 10 first. He's going to drop it in there.
Ready?
Starting to go
Set.
now.
That. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, good. Let's give the viewers a whiff here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed.
Oh man, this
Isn't it
smells
good?
amazing.
Does it smell like orange? We're going to give it a little bit of a stir. We're going to give it a blend. So what you're going to do is you're going to move up and down like that, okay?
Like into the oil, out.
Into the oil and out. You're going to give it a blend. Up and down. Good. Nicey. You always mix half of your concoction first. You put half of your carrier oil in first. Then you layer your oils on top of that, and then you fill the rest with carrier oil.
Yep.
And that's going to be our oil. So we're going to stick it right now. We're going to put it in the fridge, and you can put your lid on before it goes into the fridge. See, that's what it looks like before we put it in. This oil can be used for several different things depending on where you are in your menstrual cycle. This is not for intravaginal use. So what you would do is you would rub it in and around your reproductive area, around your breasts and your abdomen, and in between your thighs. Because these oils are emmenagogues, they are not recommended for pregnant women, as they do stimulate menstrual bleeding, which can lead to a miscarriage. Our ancient sisters did use emmenagogues to promote menstrual bleeding and also to induce abortions. So I would not recommend it for pregnant women. We do bleed for a few weeks after we give birth, and at that time you would want to use this to kind of stimulate the blood. It's a good little massage oil to use to promote the bleeding and to speed up the process. Whether it's a therapeutic abortion or it's a missed abortion, aka a miscarriage, it's recommended that you go back in to see your doctor to have a D&C or to clean out whatever might be left in there. But with this oil, because it does stimulate menstrual bleeding, you'd be able to avoid that invasive process, and you can speed along the bleeding naturally. You want to keep this in a cool, dry place so that it doesn't melt. And this is my Sacred Balm. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do share with whoever you think would benefit from watching, and I will see you in the next one.